Ang Pilipinas ay isang bansa kung saan 70% ng mga mamamayan ay kumakain ng isda at kung saan lagpas sa 1 milyong mga Pilipino ay sa pangisdaan kumukuha ng kabuhayan. Noong nakarang taon, ang pangisdaan ay nakapagtala ng positibong pag-akyat ng produksyon at nakapag-ambag ng higit sa 200 bilyong piso sa ating ekonomiya. Sa kabila ng pagtaas ng mga numerong ito, ang Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources ay patuloy na nagsusumikap na payabungin at siguraduhin ang pagiging fish secure ng ating bansa. Upang maisakatuparan nito, ang BFAR ay naglunsad ng Fisheries Summit kung saan itinipon ang iba't ibang mga ahensya ng pamahalaan, mga organisasyon, mga mangingisda at maging mga akademiko upang talakayin ang mga iba't ibang mga hakbang upang mapanumbalik, mapabuti at mapagyaman ang pangisdaan at ng yamang tubig ng ating bansa.
Food security is a concern of national security. We are in sync to really ensure that our country is food secure, and at the same time looking at every opportunity for farmers and fisher folk becoming more prosperous than present. We take advantage of the presence of the major stakeholders of the fishery industry, and therefore we can reinvent, strengthen the roadmap with which we should be taking the industry to greater heights. Ganito na lang ang kaimportansya ng sektor ng fisheries sa paglago ng ekonomiya ng ating bansa. The 216 billion value of the industry can be doubled, if not tripled, in due time when we have the right plans, programs, strategies, and mechanisms to involve everybody in developing and growing this sector, and this is the whole group present today. As fishery policy makers and stakeholders, therefore we must strengthen our unity and cooperation to pursue new vision for the fishery sector based on the new thinking and 8 paradigms or areas that we advocate for agri-fisheries development. What are these? Mechanization. Second, fishery industrialization. Third, promotion of fishery exports. Fourth, consolidation and collectivization of small and medium-sized farms and fisherfolk organizations. Fifth, infrastructure development. Sixth, higher budget and investment for Philippine fisheries. Seventh is the roadmap development, which will be part to be discussed and improved during the summit. And of course, the 8th one, we have to go to Congress, both houses, to institutionalize or even strengthen existing laws that will, again, develop and grow Philippine agriculture. Through this new thinking, we want to harness the power of science and technology, the power of research for development, and science-based solutions to address many challenges besetting the fisheries industry. It is then the intention of this leadership to the creation of what I call an entrepreneurial ecosystem that is sustainable for marine, fisheries, and aquaculture. We must generate enough supply of both raw and value-added products that is coming from the sea and aquaculture for both domestic and global markets. In particular, we will continue to implement closed fishing season as one of the conservation measures to give time for fish species such as sardines, herrings, and mackerels to give spawn and increase their population. We must preserve our treasured marine resources for sustainability as they impact on our waters outside the country's EEZ, such as the Coral Triangle. We must establish marine protected areas to preserve important ocean habitats such as coral reefs. We also need to strengthen park management systems by adopting smart technologies. We must also strictly implement, along with the local government units, the ban on destructive fishing practices and destructive fishing gears. Another concern is the immediate mapping and planning for developing and managing the Philippine Rise, particularly the shallowest portion called Benham Park. Now we need really to look for stronger measures for conservation and management. Now that the Department of Agriculture is more emphatic on fully implementing laws and making fisheries management more efficient and effective, we recognize the need to strengthen enforcement agencies and equip their people with the necessary skills to effectively implement the law. We have good laws, but we don't properly implement them. All we need is to implement them urgently, properly, faithfully, and with firm resolve. These are progressive, science-based initiatives that we must embrace, commend, and reinforce through vigorous implementation, compliance, and vigilance.
Ang pagpupulong na ito ay nagkaroon ng siyam na plenaryo kung saan inimbitahan ang mga iba't ibang mga tagapagsalita upang talakayin ang iba't ibang mga issue at upang maibahagi ang mga iba't ibang mga pag-aaral at mga maaaring tahaking mga programa upang mapabuti ang ating pangisdaan. Sa ikalawang araw naman ay nagkaroon ng mga breakout sessions upang mapag-usapan ang modernization, industrialization, infrastructure development, roadmap development, export promotion, at farm consolidation. At ang mga pagsasang-ayunan ng mga tinalakay ay gagawing mga resolusyon upang magawan ng aksyon.
We have 2.2 million square kilometers of territorial waters that host a marine biosystem that has the potential to produce more than enough food for our country and for the world, for that matter. We are at the center of the Coral Triangle, the global center of marine biodiversity, and add to that the 750,000 hectares of inland waters or lakes, rivers, and reservoirs. The Philippines ranks 8th among the top fish-producing countries in the world. But how come malnutrition and poverty still exist in many parts of the country, notably coastal communities? We cannot afford to be hoodwinked into allowing retrogressive policies and proposals that rob us of the gains we have won in the past. I challenge now all the stakeholders present in this Fisheries Summit to come up with sustainable and equitable solutions how we can uplift the quality of life of our fisherfolk. That way, together, we address the challenges of fishery modernization and restructuring the fishery development framework towards a more productive, inclusive, and sustainable Philippine fisheries sector. This time, let us will and dare to succeed in achieving the new Philippine Aqua Blue Revolution